2 more lawsuits have come out against Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him. He has like 30 names.
Now you're going to have guys coming out against Cassie talking about, she shouldn't have done that. She should hurry up and did that. Man, you can't say that about a victim.
Diddy is once again facing possible jail time after more victims are speaking up. This was after 2 women filed individual lawsuits against the rapper. And boy, oh boy, things were getting out of hand. The incident allegedly happened 30 years ago, but the victims are firm in their stand and are now ready to seek justice. And based on their allegations, Diddy needs an excellent lawyer to avoid possible jail time.
It got really crazy that time. We was upstairs and he had like, we were in his closet and he like pushed me and I fell to the ground.
Because of this, people are saying that the rapper's career is on the end of the cliff. And if he can't settle these cases, just like he did with Cassie, he'll surely be in big trouble. So who are these new victims? And how did Diddy react? Let's find out. When it rains, it pours, and the lawsuits just keep coming for Diddy. 1 week after he was able to pay up and settle the abuse case Cassie filed against him, Diddy is set to deal with not 1, but 2 more lawsuits that accuse him of severe offenses. Based on the initial reports, these 2 women claim that Diddy also took advantage of them with prominent figures named defendants, one of them being Aaron Hall. And you will not believe what these 2 are getting accused of. In one of the lawsuits filed by a particular Jane Doe, the duo was accused of taking turns raping an unidentified woman and a friend more than 30 years ago. But this is not the end, because more horrible stories were told in the complaint filed against the rapper. This was after Jane Doe claimed to have met Hall and Diddy at an MCA Records event in New York City while out with a friend. The complaint stated that forcing the victims to drink alcohol, they were brought to Hall's apartment and were offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs. At one point, Jane Doe mentioned that Aaron entered the room and forced her into having sex with him after she had fallen asleep, leaving her traumatized even after the years that passed. What's worse was her friend also experienced the same nightmare at the hands of Diddy and his friends. Because of this, an old interview made rounds on the internet where Aaron made alarming statements that can be related to the narrative the victim shared through her complaint.
Out there from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm to death. I like the public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So can't say nothing about it. Them square ass precious cake little.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas see how I like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them they been at my house, they all see me.
And by the looks of it, her allegations bear more weight than expected and might be enough to get Diddy behind bars. But in case this Jane Doe case gets settled as well, another lawsuit was lodged against the rapper. This time, a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal filed a lawsuit in a New York court that alleges Diddy drugged and assaulted her when she was a Syracuse University student in 1991. And guess what? She filed the lawsuit during Thanksgiving, which most likely gave Diddy one heck of a surprise. In the complaint, she asserts that she was acquainted with Combs through mutual friends and that the 2 of them had participated in the music video for the song Straight from the Soul, performed by Finesse and Sinqueeze. But here's where things get darker. The documents narrate how Diddy allegedly took Joy to dinner in a fancy restaurant. Take note, she was pretty reluctant to go with the rapper, but was left with no choice but to give in since Diddy is a pretty big name in the industry. But things got crazy when Joy accuses Diddy of slipping drugs on her drink. She mentioned how she excused herself and left for the restroom. However, when she returned and finished the meal, she started feeling funny. It got so bad that she had trouble standing up and could not walk on her own. After that, Joy was allegedly pushed to stay with Diddy while he attended to a few things in the city and then took her to a place he was staying to assault her. And while these stories already shocked a lot of people, more dark secrets were exposed after Joy mentioned how Diddy filmed her without her consent. Yes, you heard that right. Aside from taking advantage of a woman, Diddy was dragged to a possible case where he videotaped an innocent person without permission. But this is only the tip of the iceberg, because as Joy narrates the horrible things she had to endure because of Diddy, everyone is just left speechless. Based on the document, Joy wrote, days later, a male friend revealed to her that he had viewed the tape along with other men. When she asked who had seen the video, her friend broke the news and confirmed that everyone had been able to see it. Now, that's just a disgusting thing to do. With a heavy heart, Joy called out Diddy for distributing what she called revenge. She believes the rapper did this to get back to her and damage her reputation in the industry. As a result, Joey suffered so much mentally. Because of this, her health started to get affected as well, which caused her a lot of suffering even after so many years. Sadly, she was hospitalized a couple of times and was even forced to drop out of college because of the mental anguish and trauma. After the new lawsuits were filed, they were still skeptical about it and wondered why it finally took the victims more than 30 years to speak out. Well, Joy mentioned Cassie and confirmed that she gained the courage to bring matters to court after the singer took the first step and exposed her former boyfriend. When asked about it, Joy admitted that she was scared and only confined with close friends and her therapist for over 32 years. For 32 years, the only people I have been able to confide in were my close friends and therapists. I'm feeling as if the darkness has been lifted and I can freely move forward in achieving my full potential. And it seems like Joy is not the only person touched by Cassie's move, because aside from the 2 lawsuits, other big names are speaking up against Diddy. One of them is Aubrey O'Day, who thanked Diddy's former bodyguard for speaking the truth about the rapper. In case you are not aware, Gene Deal, who used to work for Diddy as a bodyguard, exposed his former employer and debunked his allegations, saying that Cassie was used by Diddy and made her hire a male in his stead. Yup, you heard that right. Aubrey wrote in a post on X, "Thanks, Gene, for being one of the few men to stand up for abused women. You were there and you saw a lot of what was happening to us behind the scenes." However, some people believe Aubrey is just seeking payback after what happened between her and Diddy. To give you a recap, Aubrey appeared on MTV's Making the Bank 3 from 2005 to 2006. Through the show, she gained popularity and met Diddy, who was the mind behind the show. She was chosen to be a part of Danity Kane alongside Dawn Richard and Shannon Bex, and was supposed to sign with Diddy's Bad Boy Records. However, during the Making the Band 4 finals in 2008, Diddy revealed that Audrey was not making the final cut and was kicked out of the group. However, other fans did their research and found a podcast where Aubrey revealed that she was kicked out of the group simply she refused to be taken advantage of.
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And if you consider this, her support for Cassie makes a lot of sense. Of course, we can't forget about Azalea Banks, who labeled Diddy a violent following Cassie's abuse allegations. This is not the first time she has spoken about a controversy. Azalea is very well known for being one of the few who is not afraid to share her 2 cents when it matters. While some say that her comments appear absurd initially, she is always sure in her statements, even if they cannot be instantly supported. But this time, she seemed pretty confident about her allegations against Diddy. Not to mention how she added more details to what Cassie had been saying about Diddy's temper and the cycle of abuse she had to endure and keep away from the public's eyes. On her IG story, Azalea wrote, "One time Diddy beat her up so bad, he sent her on a 3-week vacation to Hawaii just so no one would see or question how her face got like that." After that, she called out Diddy for his behavior and wrote, "Another violent hip-hop homo." This is what mental illness looks like for all of you armchair psychologists. Despite the strong allegations against him, Diddy once again denied everything. And just like their statement with Cassie, a rep from Diddy's side said that the accusations were not credible, and this is purely a money grab. But Douglas Widgore, who handled Cassie's case, commented and shared that it's normal for other victims to speak out once a brave survivor takes the first step. Well, how about you? Do you think Diddy will settle these new lawsuits? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more.